bridge on Motor Yacht Here Comes the Sun with Second Officer Rowan, and he's going to show me how he utilises our navigation software Compass to go about his day-to-day duties. Hi Rowan, thank you for having us. Sorry for bothering you on a very busy week. Right, you tell me how you go about doing your passage planning or your safety checks. You take me through a sort of day-to-day routine with how you use Compass.
Yeah, so we've basically been implementing Compass for around the last year now, and it's been great to include additional information that we wouldn't otherwise be able to get from the old system that we were using. So my system on board personally is I go to the ECDIS, I make my route there prior to then uploading it and exporting onto the Compass system.
Great.
The reason I do it that way is just so that I don't, if I have to make a change, then I have to go back and do the ECDIS route check, and it's time consuming.
Sure.
So.
You're not doing the job twice then.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, show us how you go about that.
Right, so I've got pre-saved routes, which we'll implement. So we use RH Marine.
So you're a fully ECDIS boat, you don't use paper?
Yeah, fully ECDIS compliant. Yeah, we've got 2 units, so basically we've got our radars and then our 2 independent stations here.
Perfect.
We've got 6 screens in total, 4 here, plus the planning station and 1 in the captain's office.
Okay, so what have we got here then, Rowan?
So this is the planning station. So once I've created my route on the ECDIS and I've imported onto the disk, I then bring it back onto the planning station and then import it. It's really useful to show the guests so they can see on a big screen an outline of where we're going.
Yeah,
we can put weather overlays on top, and it just gives it's all a bit more visual for them. I'll show you how we do that. So first of all, we go to the route manager and import. It's very simple. You can't really mess it up. There's a pre-made route. So this is from Beaulieu to Cannes. That's not how you say Beaulieu, but that is.
I like your version of it
That's
better.
my attempt at it. So here we go. So this is the route, and once I've imported it, I can then modify it, change things. It gives me distance, the time. I've basically, from the ECDIS, decided the speed we're going to make. But what I don't get from that is the fuel consumption that we'll be essentially using. It's obviously really important to know. So we use our graphs from our fuel consumption graph. I've then plugged in the data into the Compass for that passage. It obviously depends on the RPMs, but we use 1200 as a rule of thumb.
So that gives you an estimation of how much fuel you'll burn for that trip?
Yeah, which is obviously really important. Not so much when you're doing smaller trips, but in the grand scheme of the summer and planning and making sure we got enough fuel for the guest cruising.
Definitely.
From there, I would then go to create a passage plan. So because I've done this on the ECDIS, so I know that everything is correct, so I can go straight into the passage planning. So from here, press create passage plan. So from the Compass passage plan, you've got the name of the vessel, call sign, IMO, MMSI. That information's all static, it's the same every time. So it's great because you've got all the departure port information, arrival port information, tidal heights, etc. It covers all your bases. It's got everything you need. And a feature I quite like as well is that you've got basically an overview of the trip you're going to be doing.
Yeah.
And then you've got all your waypoints, your different cross tracks on each leg. I was saying to David earlier on, the thing I like about doing a route on Compass itself is that I can change the cross tracks on port or starboard side. On our ECDIS unit, we can't do that. So if I say it's 200 meters, it's going to be 200 meters port and starboard, but maybe I don't have 200 meters on one side. So it's a really
So it can be super accurate then.
Yeah, it's a nice feature.
And what about weather? Because we all know how much weather plays such a huge part now in planning, experience of the guests, safety of the crew, obviously, fuel consumption even.
Yeah. So for weather, it's best to view it on the grey map. And you've got the weather overlay function just here on the left-hand side. And you can do spot soundings of certain locations. So I know that this is the route we're going to be taking. I can check the weather along the way, and it basically generates an AI report. It uses AI, sorry, to generate a report for that location and time.
And then the report that is generated with the AI, you can download that and you can then print that off, or you can give that to the captain to show the guests, or so that you can make a plan also based around the weather.
Yeah, we actually use it for guests, this report, predominantly. It's specifically when they wake up in the morning and they want to know what the weather's doing in the location or the anchorage that we're in. We'll generate this report. It does a lot of the legwork for us, essentially, and we can focus our time on other things.
What about the track option? What features do you use from there?
So on the left-hand side, you've got track. From here, it's really useful to see where the vessel's been. You can select a date range, so it's just nice to see actually where we've been cruising over the summer, and specific ports and destinations that we know were like big hits with the guests. We know where to go.
Okay, that was so useful. Thank you for giving me an insight into your day-to-day and how you utilize Compass for, making life easier, but also keeping you and all the other crew and guests safe. Thank you so much.
Thank you.